Oh my God.
Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to the Mod Squad podcast, where we talk about everything pop culture and bandbox related. I'm your host, Kevin, and joining me we have Felix.
Hey.
And Carrie. Carrie is going to give us a list of the rundown of the news in pop culture this week.
So the news has been very light this week, but some photos popped up of the Batmobile in the new Batman movie. So I think we should talk about that.
I really think I'm the only one that's fucking excited about it. It totally reminds me of the Adam West. I even ran home after I heard about it, ran home and pulled up still images. And it does. It reminds me of Adam West 1960s Batman Batmobile. I even think the engine's in the back and it's got that thing that'll shoot fire out when he takes off. I bet you anything I'm calling that now.
I hope it does. I like it so far. To me, it kind of reminds a little bit of the old school Batmobile, but it also reminds me like of a new school Charger / Mad Max style. I kind of really like that.
Like something Batman, Dominic Toretto turned Batman would have.
Yeah, for me, it's not doing it for me, just like the motorcycle. But I mean, maybe it will grow on me, maybe, but
I really think that the Batmobile, to me, for what this movie I believe is going to be, it's going to be like a year 2 of him being Batman. So it's supposed to be like an early version of what the Batmobile is supposed to be.
Gary, you're not liking this Batman at all.
You know, I mean, I still like his jaw, but so far the motorcycle and the Batmobile, it's excuse me, it's just not doing it for me. But I mean, I'm definitely gonna go see the movie when it comes out because it is intriguing my interest, just because I want to see how Robert does. So, but yeah, just hopefully they'll like upgrade it by the time the movie comes out, or like slowly, you know, add little cool things to it, like fire. But for now, nope, I'm not.
I'm pretty sure that still was from an actual scene in the movie, so that's kind of like it's gonna look.
Well yeah, hopefully they shoot it, you know, kind of. Most Batmans are shot a little darker, a little more less shiny, I should say. So hopefully this is shot pretty well. I'm as much of a Superman guy I'm very intrigued about this Batman.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now, but I want to say it was the one with Michael Keaton, maybe his Batmobile. Yeah, that was shiny.
Batman '89.
Yeah, so that's the one that I like the most. But like I said, you know, I'm gonna give it.
Well, besides the last 2 Batmobiles, this one's the closest to that one, because the last 2 were huge ass tumblers and tanks and shit like that.
Yeah, I didn't like Christian Bale's.
I didn't
like that one at all.
And the Batman and Robin one with all the colors was atrocious, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all garbage. I do have a little follow-up news. DC Comics, from Dan Didio, him being let go, they have said, at least Jim Lee did a panel this past weekend, and as of now, there's no plans to replace him. Jim Lee was the co-chief publisher, so I believe he's going to just absorb more responsibilities.
Did he give any insights as to why this happened, though?
I was just going to ask that.
No, there was from what I understand, it was a I won't say hostile, but just a difference of, he made working in the office not a positive thing.
So he was kind of a dick, to put it lightly.
Yeah, from what I understand, this 4G or 5G that's coming in the coming years was all his, and he never really gave, none of the other creators were really on board with it, and he was really the only one pushing it. Yeah, it seems like Jim Lee is gonna just take over, and I'm not mad about that. Jim Lee is one of my favorite artists. I'm actually gonna go see him at MegaCon coming up, so I'm pretty
Right
excited
on.
about that.
Nice.
All right, do we have a list of the upcoming franchises for BAM for box number 3?
Yeah, I got the horror box right here. Halloween, which I know what I was just talking to the guys right now, and they're like, another Halloween. I can never get tired of Halloween. When I think of horror, I think of Halloween. The Halloween 1978 is in my top 5 favorite movies of all time.
You can never go wrong with classics.
To me, if it was every month and different, I would be okay-ish with it. Next, we have Friday the 13th, and that's another one of those. I'm a fan of the franchise, but I'm not into it as Nightmare on Elm Street or Halloween. And I kind of know what the item, for the lack of a better word, is, and I'm kind of excited for it. And last we have, or not the last item, but the last franchise, and I know I'm going to be the minority in this group because I've honestly have never seen it, but the Rocky Horror Picture Show is the third fandom of the horror box this month.
So you're trying to tell me you've never seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So every time you get your BAM box, you always wait with anticipation.
One more time. Is that a Rocky Horror?
Yes, it was a Rocky Horror reference, yes.
I kind of got that. So those are the franchises for the horror box. What do you got, Carrie?
Okay, so for the pop culture box, we have obviously Batman, and then we have 90s Disney cartoons, and then we have Godzilla vs. Kong. So those are the 3 that have been announced so far.
I'm just gonna throw this out right now. I was at one point looking forward to Godzilla versus King Kong, but long story short, I liked Godzilla. I'm not gonna say nothing about Kong, but the last Godzilla movie, I'm hearing impaired, so I take my headphones to the theater, and I sat through this god-awful movie. The last Godzilla movie was awful. I even wanted to walk out. Long story short, I left my headphones somewhere in the theater, came home, realized I left them there, and of course, they're not going to be sitting there. I was so upset. And then Batman, that's another one where you can't go wrong, man. I mean, we were just talking about him. Batman's always going to be part of pop culture. Disney cartoons, I'm not going to say nothing about that, but I've seen that item, I guess you could say, for the lack of a better word, and oh my God, I want to say that is my favorite in a while.
I will be collecting.
Kevin, should we actually say that?
No, edit it out.
So yeah, those are the franchises for the pop culture box.
That's pretty awesome. That is really cool. I am excited about all of these. You got classic franchises, you got new franchises. These are going to be really cool. Right now, we want to go over some
policies and procedures.
There you go, policies and procedures. What we will talk about is shipping. Felix, would you like to give us when the shipping window or when the boxes close?
No.
Carrie, would you like to give us when the boxes close?
Yeah, so the boxes close on the 15th of each month.
And when do the boxes ship out?
The boxes ship out 15 to 25 days after the close date.
And if I can jump in here real quick to address another situation. So when people send in a support ticket and they go through Facebook, they go to the BAM site, only message once, because if you keep messaging in, that your ticket will be kicked to the back of the line. So that's just a little note, make a little note, and you can always reach out to one of the moderators, give them at least 20 to 48 hours to, and if you send a message to one of us, the moderators, just allow 24 to 48 hours for a response. Again, don't just keep messaging in, because if you do, then it will take longer for us to help you and get
further
whatever your issue
that,
is.
yeah.
Also know that BAM is a membership, and just like any other membership, they come with monthly charges, and BAM does charge on the 1st of every month. And that concludes this episode of the Mod Squad. Felix, where can people reach out to you at?
Thought Factory 3 on Twitter.
Carrie, where can people reach out to you?
You can reach out to me on Facebook or on Instagram, QQ Smallville QQ.
You can find me at The Bearded Geek on YouTube or Twitter at Bearded Geek 24. This has been this episode of the Mod Squad. Thank you for watching. Keep on bamming.
See you later.
I got it. So the franchises for